I've already made a fool of you. It didn't take long, did it?
What's up, you fucking nerds? So, this is something that I wouldn't have normally picked up. I was at GalaxyCon in Columbus, Ohio last month. And before I went to GalaxyCon, I was at Trilogy Comics in Virginia Beach. And I spotted this on the shelf. Gerald Hogan, the owner of Trilogy, was nice enough to hook me up, price-wise. Like I said, I don't do free toys because, I don't want to make a manufacturer or somebody who sells it to me mad if it's a bad review. But, he does take care of me on price. The truth of the matter is, Gerald Hogan takes real good care of both his customers and his employees. He's kind of a stand-up business owner. For those of you that have never been to Trilogy Comics, it's a great store. I did a review of his shop at the beginning of this year. I did a walk around. I probably, next time I go up there, need to do another walk around because things have changed so much because he gets so much new inventory in, etc., etc. So yeah, this isn't something though that I would normally pick up. So for the record, I'm not a huge fan of Nendroids. This isn't a Nendroid, mind you, but let me finish. So I'm not a huge fan of Nendroids because it's not that I don't like the super deformed look, because honestly, I do like the super deformed look. Problem with Nendroids is they're kind of fragile. They fall apart really easy. They're really only made for display. And, when it comes to toy photography, they're kind of limited on articulation. It's, stuff like that. So, when it comes to Nendroids, I don't really pick them up. I think I own one, maybe two Nendroids total. I own a Nadia Secret of Blue Water Nendroid, and I own a Godzilla, the one, the anime that came out that I think it was on Netflix, something point, Sync Point or something like that. No, not Sync Point. Anyways, point being is, I'm not a huge Nendroid fan, and this falls into that Nendroid category. But see, here's the thing. So this is called. This is actually Kikoru Shinomiya. She is from Kaiju No.8. But this is part of a line called DForm Plus from a company I honestly am not familiar with. elCoCo. Like, is there a new player in the anime merchandise game in Japan? Or is this a subsidiary of another company? That is something I don't know, and I should probably look that up. But my hope, based on the back of this, is that she won't be as fragile as Nendroids. It also looks like, based on the back, she has a bit more articulation, because right here on the picture, it looks like she actually has, articulation mid-arm at the elbow. She's also got multiple hands, face, and a gun. I actually don't know if she's on a sprue when I open this up, because, like I said, I don't know what's in the box. Is it a model? Is it a figure? So, you know what? We're going to find out. And who knows? Maybe if this is, because this is very deceiving back here. If it's a model, that could be a plus or a minus depending on the customer. So, but if it's not a model and it's an already pre-built figure, then again, that could be a plus or minus. depending on the customer. So, okay, so I can already tell by opening this up, I think she's a complete figure because I see a tray in here and I see her hair popping up over the top. So, okay, so she is a complete figure. That is good to know. So based on what's in the tray, face, gun, hands, stand, and the other part to the stand to hook to her back to make her stand up. There doesn't seem to be anything back here. Sometimes Japanese companies like to tape accessories, especially for the display stand back there, but not in this case. Okay, so, okay, yeah. Okay, lay that to the side. Good thing is, I went ahead and got out my Bandai Mr. Hobby kit because I wasn't sure if I was going to need to be cutting things off of a sprue. But obviously, I'm not going to. So that is a plus. I'm not going to need that. In fact, I will just take it and put it back where it belongs on my desk. Because I'm not going to need it. Again, something else I found at Trilogy Comics when I was in the back room sorting toys one day. A fighter from, Space Battleship Yamato. It's kind of beat up, missing some parts. I got some plans for a toy photo using a SH Figure Arts character from the newer Yamato. Going to do a crash site scene, but I've been kind of slacking on that. Get those hands out of there. So yeah, those hands are super, super tiny. Like, I can easily see those ending up as carpet fodder. Okay, so the hands, the extra head, the stand, the gun, and then let's get her out of the plastic. Okay, come on, there you go. So, like I said, I am not familiar with this company, elCoCo, but based on what I'm seeing, I'm already going to say I dig this. She definitely has potential for toy photography. And we'll go into that in a second. I know she comes with a display stand, but a lot of times in the toy photography setting, a display stand is not an option. So, based on that, she can actually stand on her own. She has actually got a pretty decent center of balance and, isn't falling over like I would have thought she would be. So, like I said, she comes with the extra face that has the kind of really, like the really look on it. Her gun, I am digging this gun. It is very kind of cool looking. Honestly, this scale of this gun, if I wanted to use it, I could actually probably use this for toy photography with Star Wars Black Series or pretty much any 1/18 scale action figure. So yeah, that's kind of a plus there. And then of course there's her. She's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Like I said, the arms, she actually, wow. She gets a 90 degrees range of motion. And, but is it? Oh, okay, so that was a lucky, the arm is on a ball joint. She cannot, based on the way that is attached, she cannot, there we go, got that back on. She cannot, do her arm out. She, so that is one limitation. But the legs being on a ball joint, she can't really do a kick, but she can do running. That, like I said, this is, in my opinion, way more detailed than a Nendroid, and, oh, well, not detailed, I should say. I mean, the detail is probably equal to a Nendroid. Way more articulated than a Nendroid, and it's not falling apart like a Nendroid would, with this much playing around with it. Like if I did this to a Nendroid, there'd be a part falling off. So let's see how easy these hands pop out. Oh, yeah, that was easy. Okay, that's not bad at all. Okay, make sure I get the right hand. Oop. Okay. Yeah, these hands are super tiny. I can easily see one getting... Well, that's... Okay, so she is a lefty. She is... Well, no. That's interesting. So, I mean, I get it. It's... So she does not have a... Oh, she... Yeah. She does not come with... Well, she does. She kind of does. So you'll notice this hand. It is actually... Doop, focus. Boop. There we go. The hand is actually designed kind of just for the gun to rest in it. Not necessarily be held. This hand is a cupping hand, which is why I say she's a lefty, because, most action figures, right hand is the hand that people put their guns in. But, let's see, let's get that in there. Oop. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's some issues with the tininess. She's interestingly enough a little difficult to get that grip on. Oh yeah. Man, she's more than a little difficult. I mean, well, so that is a plus side with Nendroids, I will say. Nendroids, most of the time, tend to have something to hold their accessories in their hand, like a little peg or something of that sort. This is, and of course, we know I have issues with my hands, those who watch me regularly. So, she is a bit to handle, because getting her to grip things, especially with somebody with hand issues, oof, yeah. I mean, basically that gun is just going to rest in that hand. Little disappointing, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's yeah, you know what, anyways, let's we'll come back to the gun in a second. Let's look at her head real quick. Let's pop that head off. It comes off real easy. Oof, okay, that actually popped off really easy, and then the hair comes off, and there's her bright eyes. And we will, take this. So that neck peg is super tiny. Like I'm talking like that is kind of scary. Like I could see that breaking off really easy. Oh my God. Yeah, be careful. Like, her hand pegs are thicker than that neck peg. Like, yeah, that... she is definitely a figure that if she fell off your shelf, I could easily see that neck peg breaking. And also you'll notice her head has a square hole, or the neck peg has a square hole, not a round hole. So you have to, and it's not a regular type square, so you basically have to find the sweet spot to, there we go, that's how it, yeah. So I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing, because it, on a good thing, it keeps you from putting it on incorrectly, but a bad thing because yeah, I could see that snapping super easy. And then of course the figure stand. I will say this figure stand, I dig all the holes. That gives you a lot of options for, like, you know, how you want to pose her, because you never know if, you know, where on the stand to get that pose is going to work. We're going to stick that way back there. And then this goes in her back right here. So the reason I went ahead and put it on the display stand is because that will allow me, if I'm accurate on my assumption, that, like I said, her other hands are splayed out hands like freeze. You know, that will allow me to adjust. Yeah, so that's actually a plus. If you're going to put her gun in her hand, I highly recommend putting her on the display stand first. It makes doing her posing a lot easier, because she is super, super tiny. You know, yeah. Oh. Yeah, still, like, okay. Yeah, she is. Oof. There we go. Like I said, that gun just kind of rests in her hand, which is a little disappointing, but like I said, she's a cute little figure, and I'm actually quite surprised by how much articulation she has for her size. But again, like I said, that gun just kind of rests there. She doesn't actually have a grip to grip it. So yeah, she's cool. Definitely going to be super careful if I take her out for toy photos. I could very easily see something. Ooh, yeah, you know, I'm not going to do it here on film, but I think for toy photography, she is probably definitely going to get some blue ticky tack as a to hold that gun, because I can see it easily falling out on a photo shoot and getting lost somewhere in Fayetteville. Yeah. So note, for anybody who buys one of these, just made an observation right now, but when posing her, once you have everything in, use the stock and the barrel of the gun rather than trying to hold it from the middle. Works a little better. Like I said, I'm trying to get those arms perfect for before I, you know, end up finalizing this video. And oh, there we go. Oh yeah, yeah. Oop. Yeah, that's about as good as she's gonna get. Get that. Oop. Yeah, she is definitely a bit. What's the word I'm looking for? There we go. Oop. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, you got to be careful with it is bumper and that gun wants to pop out. So, oop, or move. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so she's not bad. You know, in closing, she is a much more affordable option to Nendroids. I think Trilogy had her retailing at $32 or $33. You know, when it comes to articulation, she, in my opinion, has far better articulation than a Nendroid. But yeah, she is definitely, like I said, my only complaint would be that gun. If I take her out for toy photos and she just doesn't end up as a shelf piece, she will definitely be getting some blue ticky-tack. Yeah, this is the, like I said, the elCoCo DForm Plus Kikoru Shinomiya from Kaiju No.8. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them. If you're interested in this figure and you can make the drive or you're close enough, hit Trilogy Comics. Tell Gerald that Chad sent you. And yeah. On that note, you guys have a nice night.